Okay.
Right.
So how many participants do we have? 40, 50?
88 right now.
Oh, 88. Wow. Wow. Full house. Very nice. Okay.
We'll start. Just a minute. We'll start. 1 minute. Okay. Good morning, all of you. All of us have assembled here today for one more alumni interaction. Last Friday, we had an alumni interaction by Mr. Hemant HM, who is a 2009 passed out from our institute. Today, we have Mr. Srinivasan Radhakrishnan, who is a 2002 passed out, my good friend. So today, he would be speaking to all of you about his experiences, what he has encountered in handling the emerging technologies, and what would be the future of work. Because being aware of what new things are happening is very, very important for an engineering graduate. I would request, I think I have our honorable principal along with me, sir. Sir, kindly unmute yourself, sir. Kindly say a few words on this occasion, sir. Okay, sir. You'll speak later. Right. Sridhar, sir. Oh, just a minute, sir. I'll do it. Yes, sir. You can unmute. Sorry. Yes, sir.
Okay, it happens. Hello, namaskara. Very, very good morning to everyone attending this particular seminar. I'm very happy. So I think he's in the second batch student of alumni of this institution. We are very proud to have such people who are going to give a lot of information to the young generation people who are aspirant to aspire and grow themselves and do something for the society. On behalf of the management of APSC and all my staff members and students, I thank Mr. Srinivasan for giving this particular webinar. Thank you, sir. And also, I thank Department of Computer Science and Engineering, HOD, and also Professor Samirana for arranging this particular event. Hope all students will grab this opportunity and utilize this for increase their abilities to do something in future. Thank you and all the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Now we would straight away start with the webinar. Sridhar, sir. HOD, sir. Sridhar, sir.
1 minute, sir.
Yeah.
1 minute, sir. Okay, sir. Some issue with the video connection, sir.
No issue, sir. Please.
Sir, one minute, sir. Or sir,
Sir, you are audible, sir. Please go ahead.
We can hear you, sir.
We can hear you, sir. Please go ahead.
okay, sir. Srinivas, sir. Okay. Sir, good morning, sir. Srinivas, sir. We are happy to have such a alumni for our organization. So we are getting good information, and as well as this high technology connected to computing and AI and chat GPT. So I think our students and even our staff can get good knowledge regarding this. So we welcome you, sir, the behalf of department and our staff and the college, sir. Thank you, sir. You can go ahead, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. So it's over to you, Srinivasan. We are all eagerly waiting to listen to you.
Asha, please call me Srini. Okay. So thank you very much, Sam, for the opportunity and for the entire APS management and college. So I am here because of them. In fact, I stay on the same road. I stay on Kanakpura Road, so very close to the college still. One of the very few people of my batch who have been uh, uh, who have been in India, if I can say that. So there's a personal thing to that. Thank you very much for the opportunity. So Sameerna sir came to me like 2 days ago. So we have a small WhatsApp group, and he messaged, is anyone there? So I have been wanting to sort of give back in my own small way, and I've been doing a lot online on social media and all, but never happened that I could do it directly to my college. So this is an opportunity that I got. So I jumped on it. Friday is a working day for me. So yesterday, I think last 2 days, I sat like almost like yesterday it was 3:30 a.m. and I slept just to ensure I finish this, and whatever I managed to tell you today is useful for the 89 people who are listening, because then when I started, there was nothing like that, and there's lots of industry information that you don't get when you're a student, and interactions like this are very, very, very helpful. They may be career changing, they may be life changing also. So with that, moving to the so what we are going to talk about today is an introduction to the emerging technologies. So all of us have been hearing a lot about AI and ML, ChatGPT, AR, VR, IoT, robotics, quantum computing, Web3, etc. The thing is, so this is not going to be like a technical presentation. This will be more like an informative thing about what is happening around the world, and how like when you get into the real world to start your careers, what you might be encountering, right? It's more that sort of a thing. Sameerna, I will just change my slide. Can you? Is it showing up?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's updating, no issue.
Okay, great. So just a brief introduction of mine, so that you get a context of where I'm coming from. So like what Sameerna sir said, I am from his batch of computer science engineer, not as smart as him. But yeah, I was like, okay, decent. Probably I scored some 77%. When I finished. Then apparently I had intention to do my PhD in the US. I got through two universities, Dallas and Syracuse, the University of Texas, Dallas and Syracuse. But somehow things changed, and I ended up doing an MBA. So it has been a career of about 18 years now, a little more than 18 years. I started with IBM in USA as a co-op intern. This was part of my MBA. Then I came back to India. So this was technically my first job. 2005 to 2013, I was at IBM. And I was so all in all, I have been in what is called corporate finance. So essentially, the finance function inside companies, like I'm sure there'll be a small finance department in APS. Anywhere you go, there has to be a finance department. They are the people who control the money. without money, nothing moves, right? So finance function is like one of the most important. It can make or break the project or the company. Then I was with Dell, where I was handling pricing of complex services deals. So multi-year, multi-country IT services kind of deals. And then right now, since 2017, I am with Entity Data. In fact, my portion of the company got carved out and Dell sold it to Entity Data. So that's what it is. So area of interest. So although I'm a finance guy, automation coding is at the center of my heart. So I do a lot of, like, at least a little bit of coding even now. So the problem with pure finance people is they don't understand systems. They don't understand how can a program do things that like so accurately better than them. So so that's where I come. So I understand finance, I understand the systems. So I am like a niche cross or hybrid between the finance world and the systems side, right? So I'm into automation. RPA. RPA is short for robotic process automation. So there are no robots. It is just programs, computer programs that automate a lot of tasks. Then I do a little bit of business analytics. I also mentor a lot of students, freshers, mid-career professionals. I write a lot on, I used to write a lot on Quora. I have about 15 million views there. I was, they gave me a top writer tag way back in 2018. Lately, I think last 6-7 months, I've been writing a lot on LinkedIn. So that's the link to my LinkedIn profile, Quora. And I also have a page on Quora called the Career Passion and Happiness. There are about 64,000 followers. And this is, I keep updating stuff about careers, new careers, opportunities, things that are happening in the corporate world. So I will send out this PowerPoint to Samirna sir, and he can then you can take it from here. So with that introduction, what's the agenda for the day? So we'll be talking about artificial intelligence. We'll be talking about what is the current tech, AI and ML in our daily life. So knowingly or unknowingly, this has already entered our lives. Then we would go into ChatGPT, and not many people know, but ChatGPT also has a competitor called Bard, which is from Google. So we will see if we can do a quick demo, 1 or 2 examples. Then the thing about if GPTs are foolproof, then the emerging technologies, AR and VR, Internet of Things, robotics, quantum computing, and Web3, which is blockchain, NFT. What is the future of jobs and tips for a secure future? And then we can have Q&A. So it's going to be a packed presentation. So let's go. So how do you define intelligence, right? So intelligence is the autonomous response. Autonomous means automatic response of a system to an external stimuli to attain the predefined goal, right? So predefined goal can be anything, and the system automatically responds to external factors by itself, right? Without any poking or prodding. So that is intelligence, right? So next, this is a very rhetorical question. Is a sunflower plant intelligent? Very, very basic question, but it is very important because if you understand this, only then to create intelligence artificially, you first need to understand what is intelligence, right? Without having a definition of intelligence, you can't move forward. So technically, if you see the sunflower plant, I don't know how many of you would have seen, and for that matter, any plant. The plant will always follow the sun. So even if you have a plant right at home and at one side of your balcony or anywhere, the plant's leaves will automatically turn towards the side where the sunlight is coming. Right? It will so that's the intelligence, because the purpose of the plant, it wants to grow, and for growth, sunlight is important. So it will automatically turn. So that is also intelligence. So it is not just things like solving a problem or things like that. Even something as basic as this, which we don't even realize many a times, this is intelligence, right? Like if you would have seen ants, right, at your home, like there'll be a line of ants walking in this thing, and if you have insects dying at home, and they will take the insect, and if you put a hurdle in between, they will cross, they will find a way. So that's also intelligence. So even a plant, even like small insects, right, they also show a certain kind of intelligence. So that's what it is about. Okay, what is AI? AI refers to ability of machines or computer system to perform tasks that mimic human intelligence. It will involve algorithms, models that enable machines to understand, reason, learn, and make decisions. So the decisions have to be automatic, right? And to make it do the decisions automatically, there's an algorithm. Okay, if A is equal to A is 5 times of B, then do this, that sort of a thing, right? And it encompasses various techniques. So machine learning, like we hear a lot, is a subset of artificial intelligence. So it is a way of it's machine learning is like comes inside AI. It's not a different thing, right? So it is one way of achieving AI. Okay, and then there's natural language processing, there's computer vision, and robotics. Okay, so current technology. So what are the current technologies? So AI and ML in your daily life. Okay, Modi ji, our Prime Minister, I think he was in the USA yesterday. Very historical event. I'm sure everyone would have been aware. At least some would have been aware. What I want to show you is the video recommendations. I'm sure everyone has YouTube. So if you see the video recommendations that come, and this is my feed, there is a lot of AI and ML that goes into this. If you just think about it, it will be mind-boggling. What they do is YouTube will have it will create a model, right? It will try and understand what kinds of videos you are liking, and it will start grouping people of the same liking together. And then eventually what happens when this group becomes big, then one person likes a video, it will suggest the same video to the other people in the group. And this is all happening virtually behind the scenes. We don't know about it. But the thing is why it is important, right? Why does YouTube have to do that? Because the purpose of YouTube is to make sure you spend time on the platform. The more time you spend on the platform, the more advertisements they can show you, And even if you have like I have a premium membership because I hate the advertisements. I don't want adverts coming when I'm watching something, and that's how they earn. So the entire idea is to make it so interesting to you that you go and click. So once you click, their job is done. Okay. Another thing, Netflix, again, the movie suggestions is based on the same concept. So there is AI and ML. The system will track what you have watched, when you watched it, did you like, did you not like, did you comment about it anywhere in the on social media. They pick all this data together, and even the time of the day, it will suggest you different things depending on your pattern. So knowingly or unknowingly, this has already entered our lives. So the next one is the Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. So how is AI working here? So the kind of content that is being served, right, to you. WhatsApp does not serve any content, so ignore that. But Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter do, right? And again, the idea is the same, to ensure that you spend more time on the platform, because that's how they are going to make more money. That's how they are going to show you more ads, right? And if you click on something, click on an ad, then probably it's going to that's how they make their revenue, ad revenues. Another thing that happens is curbing hate speech, because there are things that there are things, good things and bad, that go viral. And if you see WhatsApp lately, like I think like 6-7 months, since 6-7 months, it has been, you can't forward a message to more than 5 people, right? And it will say this message has been forwarded many times. So that sort of a thing. So all that is all AI ML driven. Next thing is so this is my Amazon site, right? Amazon.in. And if you see the suggestions, so this is sort of an e-commerce site. So I buy a lot of toys for my my 5-year-old. So that's why it is giving suggestions about toys, right? And it is also suggesting some books here. Now, why is this important, right? Why is it is this set of things important, right? Why only these books? So what it has seen is essentially what are the kind of books I am buying. Again, it's the same thing. And it has profiled me, and it has seen what are the other people who have similar profile as mine. What do they buy? Okay, so I buy lots of books related to astrology, spirituality, and stuff from Amazon. I have an entire 2 book racks of such books. So it is showing me that book, because see, this is very critical real estate. This is like just a web page, but this is actually digital real estate. And what it shows, the purpose of this is that I go and click on something and make a purchase. So end of the day, the Amazon wants me to make a purchase. So that's why it is showing me things that it thinks can entice me to make that purchase. So if I make a purchase, job is done. Right? So you have to understand, whenever you probably go into any website, you have to think what is this website trying to do? Like, except for like you going and buying, but think from their standpoint. Again, this is a very common thing. I'm sure everyone would have used it as a Google, right? Google, very simple, very clean sort of interface. but you see the kind of questions it is generating. So it has generated like 10 questions for these 4 words, and that is because this is what people are searching for, and it is on the order of what is being searched most to least. Next thing, Bangalore last couple of months, almost a year, I think. There is this company called Blinkit. I think it was called Grofers before, and these people do grocery deliveries. So in the morning, you wake up and you say, oh, okay, I need dosa batter, and you don't have. So you just go to the app and you order it, and within, I think, 20-25 minutes it comes. So I do it regularly. So that's why if you see, so I buy a lot of these cheese, butter, bread, stuff like this every day. And the way they do it is they have these, I don't know what they call it. They call it dark stores. So these are like godowns that they have in every area, and these godowns are within 5 kilometers of, like they have that reach of 5 kilometers, and they actually know which area, who will order what from which area. So area wise, they have this. Okay, if there's a certain kind of population living in a certain place, lot of meat is going to get sold on a particular day, right? If say if there's a Ganesh Chaturthi or some other festival, or a New Year, they know a lot of milk is going to get sold, or a lot of soft drinks are going to get sold. So they have this data based on past experience, and that's how they stock things. And as soon as the stock, the order comes, they put everything together and they deliver. So it is within 15-20 minutes. And even if you have ordered on Zomato and Swiggy, they exactly know. So there will be people, like I have a A2B near my house, just about half a kilometer from my house, Adyar Anand Bhavan. So if you see, evening 3:30, 4 o'clock, there will be, I think, 5 to 10 Zomato delivery guys standing there. And one day I went and asked him, why do you do that? So they're like, we know that around 3:34 people will order. So we get 50-60 orders. That's why we stand here. So they have that kind of information. They also know what people are going to order. So that's why they have these dark kitchens that I think Zomato started. They will just cook. They'll not sell. They'll like, you can't go sit there and eat. They will just deliver to your house. So these, okay. And then we have virtual assistants like Google Home and Alexa. And in fact, I have this Google Home myself. This is not one second. Yeah. So you can see that, right? So this has been there for almost 3-4 years now. I would use this to keep my 5-year-old entertained. Like he was 2 years earlier. So when he was 2, 3 and all. So it can do things like if you say,
the mic is muted.
Okay, Google, can you play this rhyme? Okay, Google, can you tell me a story? So those kind of things, it will actually respond. It can also do fix appointments. I think email sending is the only thing that it does not do, but other than that, it does a lot of things.
The mic's off right now. To turn it back on, press the button on the back of Google Home.
Okay. So, and then the last one that I would want to tell is the facial recognition on mobile phones. So there are a lot of mobile phones in the market right now, which will unlock only if it reads your face, right? That is all artificial intelligence. So knowingly or unknowingly, these things have entered our lives. Okay, so I thought this would be a quick glance, good thing to glance about what research is happening on AI. So if you see IITs, IISc, Indian Statistical Institute, they offer research programs and projects on AI. You can pursue masters and PhD. So this is for people who want to study, go into higher studies. There are also research division in TIFR, CDAC, DRDO, and CSIR. There are also industry research labs, IBM, Google, Amazon. They have research labs in the country that focus on AI. They often collaborate with colleges and offer research positions and internships. So people who are interested should take a look at that. Next one, ChatGPT, the most okay. ChatGPT was developed by a company called OpenAI. So it is a company where Elon Musk, the guy who is the Tesla guy, Tesla and SpaceX. So he is one of the founders, and Microsoft invested $1 billion last year. So overall, if you see, this company has been funded $11.5 billion. Okay, Sam Altman is the CEO of the company. GPT stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformer. And it is a LLM. LLM means Large Language Model, which essentially means it has been trained on a lot of text. Okay, Microsoft has integrated ChatGPT into their search product called Bing. Okay, so and ChatGPT has a competitor called Google Bard. So ChatGPT is a AI application called a chat bot. Okay, it is a bot, comes from robot and chatting robot essentially. So it is designed to simulate human-like conversations, provide helpful responses to user queries. ChatGPT relies on large language models such as GPT-5, developed by OpenAI, which have been trained on large amounts of text data. So text data means there's newspapers, there are articles, there are posts, there are blogs. So it takes all this data and tries to understand, tries to make a map. And that depends on what people have liked, what people have not liked, what are the kind of comments that people get, which is a better kind of data, right? So again, if you see this model these models learn patterns and information from the training data to generate relevant and coherent responses to user inputs. ChatGPT can be used in customer support, information retrieval, and interactive conversational experiences. So let me see if I can give you a quick demo of ChatGPT. One second. Sabina sir, can you see my screen? Can you see my
Yeah, the presentation is visible.
presentation is visible? I thought I will show how the real GPT works. Now, what do you see? Do you see any websites?
Yeah. It's visible right now.
Okay. So guys, this is ChatGPT. Okay. So I have been trying to do a lot of research about this to do this presentation. I'll say, okay, let me see what it does. So ChatGPT is actually so powerful. So let me just show you one example. Okay. So I'm saying, can you write a Python? Python is a programming language. Python program to append to append two Excel files. Can you see that?
Yes, it's visible.
It just wrote Python code. So it can code in, I think, 60 languages, 60 different languages, computer languages. So, and okay, let me try difficult. Okay, we say, what do you think about the movie Avatar? Okay, this was a new movie that just came a couple of months ago. I went to the old. So I can also say, okay, can you write me and write an essay about the impact of AI on future jobs? So what it is doing, it is just going and pulling data from all places and okay, this is taking some time. Okay, I really gave it a difficult, but I guess you're understanding. It is actually trying to predict what to write. Right. So this was again a demo. Again, there's a similar product from Google called the Bard. Works almost in a similar fashion, right? But slightly different outputs. I personally think Bard is slightly better than ChatGPT because Bard has the information that Bard has is much more latest. So I think ChatGPT information is I think it keeps saying September 2021, September 2021. This one has more current information. So yesterday I was trying to find things about quantum computing, how that happened, machine learning. So again, so going back to our PPT. So you're able to see my PowerPoint, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Okay. Okay. Our GPT is foolproof. That is another question, because we think, oh, new tech, it's going to be great. It does programming and all. But if you see, this is just from 2 weeks ago, June 9th, 2023. Right? Today's June 23rd. So the lawyer in New York used ChatGPT because his son was using it. Okay, so he thought, okay, he could create a case citing. So when you lawyers have to give examples of cases where the result or the judgment was aligned to judgment that they are asking for, aligns to judgments, similar judgments that happened in the past. So they say, okay, I want you to take mercy on him, like like show mercy on him, because there were 5 cases in the past that the same thing happened, something like that. So this lawyer went with the ChatGPT outputs to the New York judge, and they found that all the cases that the lawyer had cited were all fake. But ChatGPT created fake stuff. Okay, so it is not all foolproof, all hunky-dory. It has its own impediments. Again, Google Bard. Google almost lost huge market value, about $100 billion. The day it went online with Bard, it did a marketing campaign where in the ad that it was showing, the Bard actually mentioned something wrong. And some news company picked up, and that's how the stock fell by $100 billion. So ChatGPTs are not foolproof. They are not. They are fancy, but they are not. They still have a long way to go. So emerging technologies, trends, augmented reality. AR. So what is AR? So yesterday, so I was playing with Zoom, right? So if you see so this is my real background, right? But if you see, there is in my background here, it is snowing. So this is augmented reality. This is not real. This is a fake background that Zoom generates, right? This is another one, a little fancy, but yeah. So you will find stuff like this on Instagram, Google Meet, Snapchat, all those things. They also have these days, there's something called Google Lens. You have it on your mobile phone, and wherever you point it, it will tell you about that particular thing. So if you're going to a foreign country where you don't understand the language, those things are helpful. There's also Google Glass. There's MS HoloLens. There is Oculus. So all these glasses will give you more information as you look at things. So even when people are like, if someone is mute, right, they can't speak. So hand signs and all, this thing can convert and tell you what people are saying, or if people are speaking a different language, it can do all that kind of stuff. Then, okay, there's also so this thing is a real picture, right? This is, I will show this to you. So this is my 5-year-old's toy. We have had this for almost 1.5 years, 1.5 years. So this is a augmented reality game. So there is a mobile app, and once you open the app and you point it at different places, it will start. Augmented reality, all these animals will start showing up, and you can click on the animal and it will tell you. So like India, if you see right now, so there are elephants and tigers. So those are the animals that that show up in India. So each place has this kind of animals. So my son, I think almost last year, he was very much into it. He has learned a lot of stuff, geography, history. So he knows where is India, where is China, where is USA, where is Australia. And I can't imagine at 5, I didn't even know there were, maybe I had some rough idea, but not so much. So augmented reality. So these are real life examples of the tech. So future is classroom education. So they have always been given all this definition. Oh, the heart pumps the blood like this. Bad blood goes through the left auricle and right ventricle, and I don't know what all. Or for engineers, this is how a logic circuit works. AND gate, OR gate, NOR gate, whatever. So all those things are going to become augmented reality. So there will be a way to see what is happening, right? So classroom education is going to be huge. So the experience is going to be more immersive rather than imaginative. So medical imaging. So this is this has really happened, right? Like minimally invasive surgeries, they are very difficult for the doctors because doctors can't see inside what is happening. So Philips and Microsoft, they got together and they came up with this new technology where they create a 3D hologram of the whatever the situation is there inside, and it helps doctors to fix the problem. This is huge. This is real also, and I think this is very recent. Okay, going to virtual reality. Gaming is one application. Tourism. Okay. So this is a company. So I know the CEO of this company personally. Called Who We Are. That's the name of the company. So there's a link also here. So what this company is into? So they have just started up. It's barely a year old. They are trying to go to all these heritage sites and temples, and they're trying to make a 3D model of it, so that people at home. So if you want to go to Tirupati, or you want to go to Kukke Subramania, Dharmasthala, Sringeri, wherever. So there's already like a 3D model of it, and then you can go and visit it in 3D, sitting at home, right? So very interesting. They've just started, but these are real things that are happening around you. Then there is architecture. So there are lots of software which will create buildings, and like you can create virtually and see what are the impacts, how seismic impact, wind energy, like how wind flows there. In fact, you should. There is I saw a documentary on Discovery Channel many years ago where I think it was a Citibank building. They created a building and then they realized that the building shakes for like almost like 1 meter, and it is about to fall, and they went and fixed that. So this happened in New York. So go search for the shaky skyscraper in New York. Okay. And then there is space and military. So military, these are real life drone pilots. Like we are hearing the news about Predator drones, India buying 30 of them just 2-3 days ago. So these are actually drone pilots. They can do surveillance from through the drone. So they are sitting in USA, but the drones are there somewhere else in the world. So again, this is virtual reality. So what's the future? Future is again education. Like we saw augmented reality. The next thing is the virtual reality. So education is going to be more immersive. There's also this thing called Facebook Meta Universe. So Facebook has invested $13.7 billion on this one. And what they think is that a lot of people will start spending more time in virtual reality worlds. Like it seems a little weird now, but if I think about it, right, like if you see 10-15 years ago, we were not spending so much time on mobile phones. Mobile phones were not there. But as data increased, there was data became cheaper, right? Less expensive, and there was more content, engaging content. Okay. And there was money that could be made, transactions that could happen. Right, you have an Instagram, like there are so many Instagram influencers these days. Everyone is selling something. Someone is selling a sari, someone is selling a yoga thing, someone is selling something for kids, right? But we are significantly, if you see, I think average is about 6 hours a day. Everyone is spending time on mobile phones. So this virtual reality thing that Facebook has invested, it looks kind of weird right now, but I don't know. But because of this, the Facebook shares did tank because they invested 13 million and they could make only 4. But future, I don't know what lies. But other thing is, so McDonald's files trademarks for virtual restaurant in the metaverse. So they went and they said, okay, M and McDonald's is the trademark that we are going to use in the virtual world in metaverse. So they paid for it. Yeah. So this is happening. Okay, next thing is the Internet of Things. So digital payments, all of us use PhonePe, Paytm, Google Pay. We have smart watches. All of us do have like some form or the other. So this will tell you the time. It will, like, if you it will also send the location. And in fact, this had some watches have an emergency button, which if it detects a heart attack, it will send a message to your what do you say, emergency contact. So that is Internet of Things. Then there are smart fridges. This can detect what all is there, what is emptying, and it can message you that. And this is there in India, right? And it also can mirror stuff from your mobile phone. So there's screen mirroring from your mobile phone, from your TV. I think you can watch movies. I don't know what all. Why a TV on the fridge? But then it also has cameras inside it, and it can tell you. You can look at it from anywhere through a mobile app, and then it can also. I think ordering capability is not there right now, but it can message you if something is empty. It can SMS you. Okay, then there is the supply chain management. So there's this example of UPS. So UPS is called the full form is United Parcel Service. It's like a courier company. It is a courier company in the USA. You would have heard of DHL, UPS. So UPS is a similar company. So UPS invested a lot in IoT about 10-15 years before, right? And at that time, IoT was not a big thing, and people are wondering why they're doing that. But what they realized is in their routes, no. So in US, everyone goes left. You drive on the left side of the road. The steering is on the left side of the vehicle, right? So they realized that taking right turns takes more time and more accidents. So they like when these UPS drivers, they go to deliver their parcels, packets. So then they got all this data and they created routes, okay, for everyone, where the driver would have to take only a right turn, which is equivalent to a left turn. So he doesn't have to wait for a signal and all. So that saved them 10 million gallons of fuel a year. And it was 6 to 8 miles fewer miles per route. It saved 1 lakh metric tons of CO2 emissions per year. So this is one of the case studies in supply chain management. Then there is traffic management. This is actually the Bengaluru Traffic Management Center. It has a 80-feet wall TV. So I think this is around 5 years old. So they started this and they manage Bengaluru's traffic is managed to that. So there are lots of cameras on the roads, on signals. So that's how they get a feed. And then like, in fact, I used to drive to Whitefield almost every day. And there used to be the Bengaluru Traffic Police app. So whenever I would get stuck, right, I would send a picture and a map location to this on WhatsApp, and within 5 to 10 minutes they would clear the thing. So very effective. So future of Internet of Things is autonomous vehicles. We have all heard of this. There's a lot of work that was going on, is going on. In fact, I hear there's a company that is working on autonomous trucks in the USA. In fact, there's a documentary by Barack Obama on Netflix called Working. So in that, there is the mention of this company. Like it's a document about many other companies, and finally it concludes with interview with our Tata Group chairman N. Chandrasekaran. So very nice. You guys should take a look. Then there are smart buildings, there are smart power grids and smart cities. So smart buildings mean security, smart security, and smart infrastructure, AC sort of thing, right? Like temperature control, this, that, sustainable, green, those kind of things. So smart power grids are grids where you can give power back into the grid. Like rather than taking, you can give it back, and the grid will manage it. In fact, when a solar thing happens, no, the solar thing has to be a smart grid. So some of you would be aware of the Solar Alliance that India is talking about. So we say we will, because we have to change our energy sources, we have to make it more sustainable. So solar is the way, but if you have solar, the problem is you get the power, you can generate electricity only till the sun is shining. Then the sun, then the earth moves, right? Then the sunshine goes away. So then you will have to either store it and then release it during the night like a capacitor, or you'll have to get the energy from somewhere else. Like that's why the solar alliance. Okay, robotics. So current applications we know there's arc welding, spot welding, material handling, machine tending, painting, assembly, mechanical cutting, grinding. There's gluing, adhesive, sealing. There's also, like you might have seen all these Amazon sort of warehouse management systems and all, right? There they use robots. Even in airport, when the baggage handling and all, a lot of it is done automatically. Future applications, healthcare. Okay. So this guy is called Balaji Vishwanathan. So he is like the most famous guy on Quora.com. He's an inventor. He's an Indian. He stays out of Bangalore. His office is in Koramangala. Okay. So he had made robots. So he runs a company called Invento. Right. In fact, when Ivanka Trump had come, these robots were actually shown. They look slightly weird. So please don't fall for the looks. But these robots were very useful during COVID. They used to clean. They used to move around in hospitals and all. So very like local tech and Bangalore guy. See, and then there's robot-assisted surgery. You might have seen some big posters around in front of hospitals, robotic-assisted surgeries. So robots can actually do that now. It is very nascent, but there's work in progress. So then there's hospitality. So this is a restaurant in Bangalore where the food is served by robots. I've not gone there. This is almost like from June 2020. There's one in Mysore also where the robot wears a sari. So yeah. There's also warehouse automation. So all this Amazon and a lot of these e-commerce sites, even your Swiggy, Zomato, Zepto, Blinkit, all these quick commerce sites, they use this. Then there is quantum computing. Quantum computing is like the cutting edge of computers. So why quantum computers are important? So they work. So this is a quantum computer, guys. So normal computer works on zeros and ones, right? Quantum computer, what happens? Quantum computers work on something called qubits or quantum bits, where the bit can be anything in between 0 and 1. So the idea is, if you capture the different positions of this bit, you can compartmentalize it. You can do multiple millions of more calculations than you can do on a normal integrated electronic chip. Right? There's a gate open, gate close, and there's a time that the electricity takes for it to go and come back, right? To for the response. So quantum is much faster because the bit can be in multiple states at the same time. It can be both 0 and 1. So the idea is to compartmentalize that. But the problem with quantum is so if you see, this is all it gets very heated up very quickly. So it gets superheated. So that's why they literally have to have a fridge there. Like really, these are very sophisticated equipments, and each bit has to be connected and all. So there are lots of things. So quantum computers are very heat sensitive and noise sensitive. So this is the world's fastest quantum computer. As of now, it's called IBM Osprey, and it has 433 qubits. The second fastest is China's Zhushang. I don't know how to pronounce this. This has 66 qubits. And this is Google's 54 qubit quantum Sycamore chip. So this then gets connected. There's then all the fridge and all that comes, and that's how it happens. What are applications of quantum computing? There's drug discovery, material science, and climate modeling. These are very intensive, and you need supercomputers to do this. And even supercomputers can't do. They struggle. So that's why quantum computers come in. And the day this becomes routine, right? Like the day quantum computing reaches the common man, it's going to be unprecedented. Like then you will have holograms showing up anywhere. Like, see, 30 years ago, you could not think of the world that is today. So this is about quantum computing in India. Again, it's the same institutes. But India is actually, they are investing, the government of India is investing 800 million on quantum computing. So there's a push from the government to do research in this area. So then there is Web3. How much time do I have? Okay, I think I am off the time, right? Web3 is blockchain, smart contracts, non-fungible tokens. So this is about decentralizing the internet. So essentially, blockchain is like, if I have to explain it to you, it is about multiple computers validating the same transaction. So it is like a ledger. Like if I have to add something to a list, like say I paid Samirana sir 2,000 rupees. Okay. So right now I have a UPI app, I have PhonePe. So PhonePe has to confirm, and my bank has to confirm PhonePe, and then Samirana sir's bank has to confirm. So all those things happen, right? Now, when there is blockchain, what will happen is there will be a lot of computers, and each computer will provide its confirmation. And once all the computers have confirmed, the transaction will go in, and a part of the transaction, the entire part of one transaction, no, how should I? A part of the entire list will be in all the computers. So say if I have to store names of all the people who attended this. So I will say, okay, the fourth letter of all the people's first name will be on my computer. The fifth letter of all the people's first name will be in Samirana sir's computer. So by itself, the list will not make sense. Only if everything comes together, then the name will come together and the list would make sense. So that's what blockchain is about. So that's how all these cryptocurrencies, all these things work. And smart contracts. So because you have blockchains, so how you handle those contracts, who gives whom how much. So that's all smart contracts. Non-fungible tokens are again, they're called NFTs. They are digital assets, right? So if you go to metaverse, if you are in a virtual reality world, you don't have physical things, right? You have digital things, right? So this is like digital thing. So digital real estate, if I can say. So like Twitter founder sold his NFT, which was his first tweet on Twitter. He sold that for 2.9 million in October 2022. But right now, this 2.9 million, it has become $14,000. So that's what the worth is. Okay. So then there is digital currency, central bank digital currency. I just, in fact, got a SMS yesterday from ICICI Bank. Very strange when I was doing this. So if you, it says ICICI Bank invites you to participate in the pilot of the digital rupee issued by RBI. So there's an app. So CBDC has already started. And then there is cybersecurity. So security is a huge problem. Frauds are rampant online. So to resolve those problems, it will be Web3. Then future of jobs. Okay, essentially, if you see, there are 4 industrial revolutions. The first revolution was the steam engine, which was coal-based. And if you see, once the steam engine came, steam power was being used for industrial applications, for making textiles, clothes. And before that, the capacity of a country to produce goods was limited to the number of people it had. So that's why if you see historically, India, China have always been the richest economies of the globe, right? But after steam engines came, okay, the machine could make much more. It didn't need human hands. And then 1870 crude oil happened, internal combustion engines came. So if you see people, see, before this, how were people traveling? They were traveling in horse carts, bullock carts, right? And once cars came, it was slow. But then you see today, there are no horse carts, bullock carts. If you, people who, their livelihoods have gone. But what has actually happened is, because people have cars, now you travel more. Now, if you want, you can, within 5 hours, you can reach Chennai in your car, right? In a train, you, again, it is 5 hours. In a plane, it is, yeah, Bangalore airport is like going to the airport, and then that is again 5 hours only. But yeah, but like you can go to the other side of the world within 8 hours, 8 to 12 hours. You can go to US. So that's the kind of thing that has happened. So people have started. So although these industrial revolutions, they did gobble up jobs, right? Of people who are certain jobs it gobbled up. But eventually, if you see, it has created a lot of more jobs. So right now, people are saying, "Oh, AI is going to take over my job. What's going to happen? What's going to happen?" So I don't think you need to be, anyone needs to be scared. They just have to reskill. So there will be, of course, some jobs will be there that will go away. Like when computers came, people who were into typewriting, there were all these person secretaries. Those jobs did go. There were people who upgraded themselves. They still continued. Okay. Now, what are the jobs that you need to look out for? You are in second, third year. So when you go into the market, what are the jobs that are going to come your way? So AI, ML engineers, data scientists, data engineers, business analysts, product managers. So product managers are people who manage a software product. So what is the customer demand? How much budget I have? What are the other constraints? What are the engineering constraints? Can I do this? So they come up with they hash out the product. What's the best, and then they implement. They don't implement, they give the requirements to the engineering team. And then there's robotic process automation. So I am a lot into this robotic process automation. So this is about automating a lot of processes, internal processes, in anywhere you go. There are a lot of people doing, like even on computers, right? Like you have an Excel, you have to come up with some report, and you do it manually. And every month you go and do it manually, or otherwise you automate it once, and then next time it's just a click of a button. And then there are robotic engineers, and then autonomous vehicles. Then the digital transformation, there'll be IoT engineers, digital payments, digital currency, customer experience, AR and VR engineers, human computer interface. There is Elon Musk has a new company called Neuralink. So they are coming up with stuff, electrodes in the brain, like a few micrometers in thickness, like lesser than thickness of your of the hair. So they are doing some experiments. So in some days it will be like whatever goes in your brain, they probably download it into a computer, or like if you are driving a car, you attach wear a cap or something, and there's an interface, and then if you want to go left, you just have to think and the car turns, something like that. Very futuristic, but yeah. And then there's health and well-being. There's cybernetics. Cybernetics is where, if you'd have seen all these movies, cyborgs, right? The Superman, all these Avenger sort of movies, right? Where the hand is full metal. So those kind of things. And then there's biomedical engineering. Data privacy and security, there will be quantum computing, there will be Web3, blockchain, more of security sort of stuff, cyber security. And then a big one is semiconductors. Semiconductors are going to be big. A lot of companies are moving away from China and Taiwan and into India. And this is because the Ukraine war and and because of COVID, China stopped producing, and that created a lot of problems across the globe. So they are calling it friendshoring. US is calling it friendshoring or resilient supply chain. So basically, lots of investment coming into India on semiconductors. And then there is space tech. Incidentally, space tech has a lot of private players. There are private companies which have launched rockets into space. Trends to look for. There's sustainability. See, anywhere, whenever you go to any company, right, you look for things like sustainability, green tech, food security, and health. If the company aligns to any one of this, the company will sustain and run for a longer time, because this is a need of the hour. Jobs that are going to vanish in near future: call center, BPO jobs, IT jobs, service desk, IT support jobs, entry-level programming, data analysis, and web development jobs. These are going to go away. Tips for securing your future jobs. Your future jobs in higher education: start engaging with emerging tech, right? Form interest groups within your friend circle or within your classroom and discuss, interact, and learn from each other. This is going to be very helpful, guys. All these big institutions, that's what they do. See, the college by itself, it can do only so much, right? It is. So IITs and NITs are where they are because the people, the students, they took personal interest and they put the effort, and that's why they are doing what they are. So read blogs, listen to podcasts, look at videos, engage with thought leaders on social media. So you see what you like in this technology. I have mentioned tons of things, and something might attract you, and you start listening. You search Google for, okay, who's the expert in autonomous vehicles? So you start following the person on LinkedIn, and then you start following the person on YouTube. Listen to his podcast. What does he have to say? That kind of a thing. Okay. See if you can get some practical experience and internships before you finish your, like while you're studying, while you're finishing your engineering. See, engineering is not just about doing your coursework okay, I have to do this project, but it's also about doing all these things. The more you do all these things, the more marketable you become. Okay, then people start moving you. So whenever there's a requirement, they will automatically reach out to you. Okay, and you don't have to depend on the the college trying to create the generate employment, that sort of thing. Preferably, so another thing is preferably take up jobs at companies in India that support Indian geography. India is where the growth will happen. So India is where the innovation will happen. US is getting old. Europe has gotten old. Old people don't buy stuff. Okay, Japan is very old already. Okay, so all the growth that is going to happen in India. India is where the innovation is going to happen. So there's a lot of transfer technology happening. Let's see, that is why US is freely, they are giving away their technology to us because they know. You might have seen a lot of US companies like even Google and all, Google, Microsoft, all these people have Indian CEOs. In another 10 years, you will see all these people, all these companies will move their headquarters to India. Because India is where the growth is going to be. Okay. Also, for people who want to pursue higher studies, US universities will be setting up campuses in India and also collaborating with Indian universities and centers of excellence. So, what was there 20 years ago? So I actually went to US for my MBA. Part of my MBA was there, but it's all the same. Right now, I think India is the place to be. A lot of other thought leaders are also saying. In fact, the guy, I'm not sure if you have heard, there's a company called Zerodha in trading. They are into stock trading, the stockbrokers. So he's like one of the biggest companies in stock trading, right? So so a lot of people on the finance tech side, they're like, India is the place to be, India is the place to be. So we have things like UPI, right? The number of digital transactions that we have done in a year is 4 times more than USA, France, and Canada and UK put together. So that's why. Okay, I think I'm done with that. If there are any questions, I can answer. I know, I'm sorry, I'm a little bit, like, quite 20 minutes beyond time. But I hope it was useful. It made sense.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. Whoever are interested to ask any questions, feel free. You can unmute yourself. I have given the permission to unmute yourself. Any questions from students?
I've spoken for almost 1.5 hours.
Okay, we'll do one thing. We'll for further engagement or interaction for the questions also. We will have contact of Srinivasan. We will share with all of you so that you can be in touch with him for any further information about any emerging technologies. One thing that I would like to put across to everyone here is, please understand that the last slide, what has been shown to you, is very, very important, where it says start engaging with emerging technologies, how to engage for special interest groups, start discussing, conduct events, call people, have discussions. That is what is more important. So that's very important for you to actually, outshine others, probably, let it be placement or any other. If you want to have your own entrepreneurship or anything else. So that slide plays a very, very important role. What are the various technologies available has been introduced to you. So many things to know, which will not be told to you in the curriculum. So please utilize this opportunity to, it is just an awareness. Srinivasan. Srini has given an awareness about the various things possible. Whatever interests you, you need to pursue it further. That's really very, very important to all of you. On behalf of APS College of Engineering Department and all students who have attended this session, I take this opportunity to express my thanks to Srinivasan. Thank you so much for speaking to our students, and I hope this engagement continues further also.
Yeah. Students, they can reach out to me. I have given my LinkedIn and Quora profile. I'll send this PowerPoint to you. I am, if they need any sort of mentoring, guidance, career guidance, sure, please make them, like, ask them to reach out.
Sure, definitely.
I'm there. This is my small way of giving back to the college.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
And
much.
I
Srini.
want to be associated more. So if you have future anything, please let me know. This was just the starting point, and I hope I have not I have not made a mess of it. Although I've taken
Definitely.
20 minutes more, but I think it was
Okay.
useful.
Not an issue. Not an issue. Okay. Thank you, Srinivasan. And I thank all my colleagues, my staff members, and HOD sir, everyone for being part of this. Thanks all students. Please get back with